Greetings, listeners. I'm your host and game master this evening, Zach Barrett, and welcome to this Twisted Gear Studios production of The Legend of Zing Dong in collaboration with the Guffin Media and the team behind Nerdvana the web series. All episodes of Nerdvana the web series are now live on TLOZD Optic TV as well as TELUS's YouTube channel. Last we left our heroes, tragedy had struck as one of their own fell to a rampaging horde of hoglins just outside of the Volcano Temple. After a short goodbye, the party progressed into the Volcano Temple themselves. I ask the four of you, what do you do?
Are there other exits?
So how the room layout works itself is the room is about 20 feet deep and about 30 feet wide. There is the door that is immediately behind you, and you're all huddled around it as you were kind of pulling each other in last we were here. There is one other door on the opposite side that seems to also be a sort of steel plating. In the two corners of this rectangular room closest to you, there seems to be two what look like plants, but there are these black plasticky orbs with blooming flowers on top of them. And you see as some of the tiles begin to shake on the floor.
I've seen these plants before. If I'm not mistaken, they look a lot like a companion plant that is explosive properties when picked. We might be able to use this to our advantage if we act fast, because that floor is looking kind of dangerous.
I mean, I don't have any other ideas besides. Have we tried the other door?
What if we shoot it? What if we shoot the plant? Or do you have to pick it for it to explode?
What shoot with what?
Either I don't really know. I mean, we should let's pick it at first and see what happens.
Alright, I need all four of you to roll reflex saving throws.
What is this?
I
was gonna smash
So on your
the
sheet,
tiles.
you'll see reflex. You're gonna roll and you're gonna add your dexterity. Dexterity saving throws.
Dexterity.
So a 20 though?
Oh yeah, always a 20.
13.
15.
20.
18.
18? Who rolled 13?
Me.
Alright. So, a tile for each of you spins up from the floor, twirls, and is flung at each of the four of you while you guys are sitting there talking.
I know this thing.
It seems very familiar.
Yeah.
Alright, if you rolled 15 or higher, you take 2 points of damage. If you rolled 13, you take 4 points of damage. As your tiles, for the three of you, Ashland, Stefan, and no one, as you kind of dodge out of the way, the floor tiles kind of clip you a little bit, but Mikhail, you take a plate right to the chest. You gotta brute through it, and they shatter on impact. If they nick you, they then hit the wall and shatter on the wall behind you, and 4 more tiles begin to vibrate on the floor.
Okay, I'm running over to one of these plants. I'm going to try and throw it at the tiles.
Alright, sweet. So, at this moment, just real quick, roll initiative, but you'll get to go first on this one here.
We're gonna have to fight some tile monsters.
Anyone roll a natural 20? No? Anyone roll 20 or higher on the numbers?
No.
Well, I don't add anything to my initiative.
Yeah, you have
Probably
initiative
plus
beside
4
armor
or
class.
something. Up, scroll up. +4.
Oh, well, I got 21 then.
you
Alright,
go.
so then that's tough. Anyone roll 15 to 20?
15.
18.
15, 15, 18. What's your dex?
Dex?
Yeah.
3.
What's your dex?
14, so +2.
So then it'll be Steve, then Ash, then Mike. Ha 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 ha. Alright. For the sake of this, because you did speak up first, Steve, you'll go first in this, and then we'll let everybody else go in the proper order. And
Understood.
go back after that. So, what are you doing?
Running to grab one of these bombs and to try and throw it at the tiles.
Alright,
Center
so
of
you
the room.
go and you grab the spherical plant, and as you go to pull it up, it's giving you a bit of give, and you just roll a strength check.
Okay. A natural 1.
You give it a solid reef, and you feel something click, and you see the plant at the top begins to twitch, and you hear a...
But it didn't come loose?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna bolt away from that. everybody get away from plant times.
Oh my god.
And also watch the tiles, because I failed spectacularly.
Fair enough. Your movement is enough that you can get away from it as it's going. And sure enough, as you run your, presuming full distance.
Sure. Yeah, the room is the max.
Yeah.
So to
you
the wall.
run far away of it, and sure enough, after it goes, it explodes. It encompasses about 5 feet all around it. If this were the map, you'd see the tiles all around it would be affected. The 3 tiles closest to the plant are shattered by the explosion. Ooh. And you begin to see as another one begins to slowly grow back from the plant, but it isn't back entirely yet.
Lucky break.
Matt.
Can I examine the walls? Is there any cracks in any walls in this room?
Roll a perception check.
11.
11? It's not hard to tell. It seems like the walls and even the ceilings are also made of the same tiles on the floor, except for the metal doors.
Huh. So there's no distinguishing looking wall at all in this room.
No.
Besides like the metal.
No. The only difference is that the 4 tiles that had lifted and hit you guys earlier, there is now a different discoloration on the floor where those tiles had lifted.
Go faster, please.
Yeah.
I'm still seeing one tile shabby and shake.
Okay. I'm gonna try and pick up the plant.
The other one?
Yeah.
All right, run to the other one. Roll a strength check. Gives you a bit of give.
11.
11. It's hard. It reefs back, but you do give it a nice, and you rip it out of the floor, and it snaps the vine on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
And it goes.
Okay, I'm gonna toss it towards where the tiles are coming from.
So just on the opposite side of the room.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you give it a toss. Humor me. Just roll a dexterity check.
Oh boy. Oh, natural 20.
Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna say for that, fair enough. So you take it, you just kind of like shot put it, and you fling it into the wall on the opposite side. And as it hits the wall, it bounces off and it explodes. Not just removing the nearest 5 tiles or nearest 4 tiles on the floor, but also 4 tiles on the wall, the other wall, and the ceiling. You perfectly line it up where it bounces off, it explodes, and you see that the tiles on from your angle there, the left side of the door, where the exposed wall now is, there is an orange plate, very brightly orange, very different from any other discoloration of any tiles that have disappeared.
Guys, I think we have to press that orange plate over there. I think we have to like push it like a button.
Someone go touch it.
Ash,
It's your turn.
I'll go touch it. I'm gonna go touch the orange tile.
All right, so Ash runs up. She steps over some of the vibrating plates. You push the tile, and sure enough, it does recess into the wall a little bit, but nothing seems to happen.
There must be another. There must be more than one.
Let's blow up more of this wall.
Let's
Mike,
blow up everything.
It's your turn.
I'm gonna smash some tiles.
All right,
How
so
many
six
tiles
next.
are there in the room? Like hundreds?
You want to take your action to count?
No. Well,
That would be a hilarious action.
Is there more than 10 or less than 10? You should be able to see that without.
More than 100.
Quite a few.
Okay, there's quite a
lots.
few. How many are moving at the moment?
Attack the ones near the door.
A couple of the ones that were moving were destroyed by no one's attack with the bomb. However, when those 2 were destroyed, another 2 began to shake.
I'm guessing there's going to be, with how symmetrical this room is in the tile layout, it's probably going to be some symmetry. So we should look on the opposite wall from
I
where
think
that
so
plate
too.
is.
Well, let's break some tiles on the opposite wall of the.
All right, so you want to
opposite side of the
action?
door. Yeah.
Yeah, roll an attack.
14.
That's enough. Roll your damage for it.
I'm gonna. Yeah. What am I doing? I probably should have declared what I was gonna use for the attack, which would probably use a hand axe because it's less likely to smash on the wall.
Sure.
All right.
Hand axe it
6.
is.
2.
Plus your strength.
5.
5 total.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you go and you smash into one of the tiles. It cracks, but it has not completely removed itself from the wall. But it's heavily cracked.
We need more explodey.
Is there anything you want to do? Is there any extra attacks you can
No,
take? Or
there is, but I'm not going to use it on a tile.
Fair enough. All right, 4 more tiles lifts. I want all of you to roll reflex saving throws, please.
So I take 4 damage.
Natural 20.
Natural
This
20.
one's hot today.
Is there a
What?
modifier for it?
Well, I answer. What did you? Yeah. You add your dexterity to the die checks.
Thank
Would you get there?
5
Mike?
with my
5?
dexterity.
Ash,
11.
9.
knife. Okay.
Looks like no one's winning again.
Everybody but no one gets 5 points damage, and no one you take 2 points of damage.
Oh my god. Still? How could I not?
That's one of those where it's a success or a fail.
Yeah.
I wish it was different. All right, Matt, you get to go first the next round.
Okay. I'm gonna.
You notice that both plants have now grown back to their
Yeah,
first
I
size.
wanna pick up the plant again and throw it at the other side of the door. Like
Okay,
the
roll a
other-
strength check first. 6. You go to pull up on the plant, and it seems to be fighting against you, and it's not removing from the pedestals.
Okay.
Where do you want to use any movement left? You want to just stay there?
So I have cunning action. Can I use my bonus action to disengage it from the floor?
Oh my god.
Not how that works.
No.
I mean,
Okay.
That's
it's an excellent attempt, but no.
Damn it. All right. Well, I thought I would try. If I use any other action to try and pick it up, I won't have any action left to
No,
throw
that
it,
was
will
that
I?
was your
Yeah.
action.
So
So you can only use a bonus action if.
okay.
any
Well, I'm gonna
applicable.
take 5 steps back from it.
Okay, cool. All right, Steve.
I'm gonna try and run to the other bomb, the other flower.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you use a good chunk of your movement to get there. You don't have a lot left. You gonna try and pull up?
Would you say I moved 20 feet?
Well, you ran away from the other one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say you moved 20 feet.
Okay. Then I'm fine with that. That movement, that's okay. So I'm gonna try and reef this plant out and make up for the last time.
All right, strength check it is. Go.
Got a 11 total.
That is enough. You pull. It gives you a lot of resilience, but you do snap the vine at the bottom, and you hear go.
Haha! See that, everybody? I can do it. I told you. Whoa, okay. I gotta throw it on the wall opposite where the other switch appears to be.
All right, roll a dexterity check.
We got an 18.
18. All right, so you throw it. You kind of time it a little bit, and you fling it, and it hits the wall, and it bounces off a little bit, explodes, just destroying the nearby tiles on the wall. And sure enough, there is a secondary orange tile in the wall.
Told you.
Are we gonna should we push them both at the same time?
Yeah.
Or do we feel like there's
100%.
more?
Ash, it's your turn. Your hand is already recessed in with one of the orange tiles.
Okay, I'm gonna keep my. Oh.
You should try and hit both of them at the same time.
I'm right in front of the other one.
Is she long enough? Is she a long enough boy to reach both?
I don't know. Do you have a wingspan of 20 feet?
Do you have a wingspan of 20 feet?
No, she
If
doesn't.
only I had a small feathered friend.
Coming soon.
That'd be nice.
That sounds like a wonderful dream.
What if I shoot it with my bow?
Oh, that's an interesting idea.
With one hand.
So you're against the wall. It's on the same wall as you're on. So unless you can arc it.
Boomerang.
Oh.
I understand.
Boomerang
Yeah, so it's
arrow.
on, it seems that the tiles are on either side of the door that leads to the exit of this room.
Then I definitely
Right.
think we just need another person to press him.
So I'm just gonna stay here. Oh, you know what? I'll use Cure Wounds. Who's got the lowest health?
I have 4 taken off, so probably Mike actually.
I have 11 currently.
That's your total hit points?
Total, yeah.
Yeah, he's worse
Okay,
off
I'm
than
gonna
me.
use Cure Wounds on Stefan.
Yeah.
Now, cure wounds, you gotta touch them for that, though, right?
Oh shoot! How far away from me are you? Is he really
About 20
far?
feet. You'd have to move all the way over there.
Oh man, and then I
That's
can't get back. I'll cure you later. I'm gonna stay here and keep
Okay.
my hand on this phone. So sorry.
Okay.
All right,
Fine.
Mike.
I want to go push the other button.
All right, so you're running up. You.
Nice.
Yay!
Are the tiles still shimmying?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Are we gonna?
Can we heck out?
Is
Can
it
we
their
heck out of
turn?
there?
I would like to move
It's
it, boogie it.
moving. Actually, right now, as you guys are holding
It's the
those
tiles'
open,
turns.
tiles get to go. Oh, sorry, everyone. Roll
Dexterity
reflex
check.
saving throws. Mike and Ash, I forgot to mention this because you were holding the button. Ash, you get disadvantage, so you have to roll twice and take the lesser of the 2 rolls.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Well-
good.
Ugh.
All right, so what'd you get, Matt?
I know. 6.
6. What'd you get, Steve?
15.
All right, Mike
12.
and Ash.
Is this plus dexterity?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so 9.
Unless you got a higher
Can I use my cunning
Oh wait,
action
this
to
is
dash out of
saving
the way?
throw.
Unless that's...
It's saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so 11.
11.
Yeah.
All right, what'd you get there? What did you say, Matt?
I got 6, but can I use my cunning action to dash out of the way?
No, dash is like extra movement. So basically, you just get an extra move as your bonus action. So in this case,
Or hide?
No, it doesn't work this way.
Because this is not our turn.
Or disengage?
No, correct. This is their turn.
Disengage.
All right, everybody takes 4 points of damage. Who rolled a 15?
I did.
You take 2 points of damage there, Steve. Everybody else takes 4. As your tiles break off on your chests.
Jeez.
All right, Matt, your turn.
I want to go through the door.
All right, so you push the door open, and as you run into the room, you are hit with a wave of heat, and you see that you are now in a long corridor. It's fairly wide, but it's about 15 feet wide, but about 30 feet in length. But there is a very thin, narrow passageway from this door to the door on the opposite end of the room, and on either side is a pit that goes into pools of lava.
Oh.
The path that you're standing on is maybe about 2 feet wide.
So only one person can go on that path at a time, is that right?
Single file, you could probably all go across, but in terms of side by side, nope.
No? Okay. Guys, just be careful when you go into that door. The next step's a real doozy. Alright, so... I'm just seeing if there's anything I can use that would help me in this situation. No.
What do you need help from?
You're a dexterous rogue.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, I guess so.
Roll some
I
acrobatics.
was gonna say, am I gonna have to roll to cross
Yeah.
this thing?
You can't walk down a sidewalk without rolling for dexterity.
Okay.
Falls in front of a car again.
I got an idea. Okay.
How about you hold the door open so we can take our hands off the fucking button?
Is it one of those, or is it just
Who knows? You don't know.
They haven't let go of the
I can't
door
ask
yet.
that question.
So what do you want to do? You want to keep going forward?
Okay, I want to take out some of my rope and hand it off to whoever comes through the door next to hold on to in case I slip. They can catch me.
All right,
So
so
you're
you
gonna
take
tie
out some
some rope
rope and you
around it?
throw your rope into the room.
Well, whoever comes into the door next, I want to have my rope ready for them to hold as I cross
Are
the.
you gonna
the
tie it
thing.
around yourself? Or
Yeah. I'm gonna tie it. That's
Okay.
what I'm saying. I'm getting it ready. I'm
So
gonna tie
you're
it around
standing
myself.
immediately in the doorway of the next room with this narrow passageway, and you haven't moved forward. Steve, it's your turn.
Oh my god.
I'm going to.
I did yell to you guys to be careful about coming through the door. You just remember.
But we can't get through the door now.
You're in,
Yeah,
you
you're
are
in the
the
way.
door. You have become the door.
You're in the way.
I'm gonna.
Oh my
There were these tiles. I'm losing health here. I'm hemorrhaging. Okay, I gotta run up to the door and grab the rope.
Okay, sweet.
Okay, so Matt, you're about a couple feet into the room itself, just feeling the heat. Stefan, you come up right behind her. You're in the doorway of the two rooms. You grab the rope, and you're also hit with this extensive wave of heat. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that as far as you're gonna go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna step into the room. I'm gonna clear the doorway.
All right. So you are pelvis to butt with no one here.
All right.
Ash,
way they like
you're up. Jesus.
Neither one of them's holding the door open. They're holding to each other.
Yeah. Yeah, so we don't know what happens if we take our hands off these tiles. We might get stuck in
I
it.
guess we'll find out now.
So
Does the
maybe-
door open into the other room or into this room?
Yeah,
It swings out into the tile room.
Ow.
Well, it hasn't closed yet.
If we
Okay.
took our hand off the button and it swung the other way, just bat these two back.
Oh god.
okay, I'll take my hand off the tile and see what happens.
The tile doesn't move. It stays recessed.
Oh, good. Okay.
Haul ass.
So,
Not that evil. Only mostly that evil. So your first dungeon. Come on.
okay, hang on.
You have some sort of magic you can tie this rope to?
No,
You tie it.
full-
What are you afraid
Does
of?
the door have any handles? Or is it just flat door?
I know
It's
Zelda,
just a
so
flat
I'm gonna
door.
jump out of that lava. at
Okay,
me. Zing dong at me.
okay, I guess I'm gonna stand behind Stefan and wait for no one
To move
to
his
carry
arse.
on,
All right.
I guess.
So you're still in the room technically because there's not enough space for you to move
Yeah.
into the hallway room. So
Yep.
you're just right behind Stefan.
You know what?
If you
Yeah.
roll, if
What
you
you should
roll
do
a
is
really high.
You know what? I'm gonna.
Go into like a defensive stance. Just be ready.
I'll offer a suggestion. If you roll, it'll be a high DC, but if you can roll a good enough acrobatics check, I will let you shimmy around no one to get ahead of him. But it'll be a high DC.
Do you have anything in acrobatics?
I just have dexterity.
Yeah.
I don't have acrobatics.
I don't know if I'd roll for that then. Because if you fail, you could be a dire consequence.
It could solve one of your problems.
You're the idiot
really.
who stopped it.
Yeah, definitely. You know what?
This is natural selection at work right here. This is
I'm
what
gonna.
this is.
I'm
Put up
gonna
your shield.
use cure wounds on myself.
Can
Can I do that, or just touch
Yeah, you can.
myself?
Oh my god.
Or what?
Kill me.
I'm just gonna.
Like she makes everyone else uncomfortable with
Just
how
gonna
much she's
rub
healing
these
herself.
wounds. Gonna rub all these
Yeah.
wounds.
Oh my god.
Touching tenderly.
Yeah.
these
Tender
wounds.
Divino
So
starts
I need
playing in the
to-
background.
Yeah, you roll whatever the.
D8.
Yeah, roll that and add it to your
Is this-
current health.
2.
You heal
Yeah.
2 hit points.
No, it says when you cast this spell using a spell slot of second level or higher.
Which
You
is-
only have first.
Oh, okay. So 2. Sweet. Yay, 13.
5
Cool.
here.
This is information I probably wouldn't be able to figure out. How long's the rope and how deep are the pits?
You have no idea. You haven't
Yeah.
seen either of these.
I'm still gonna run Matt over. I'm gonna take a
Oh my
damage
God.
because he's an idiot.
Oh my god.
So
We're
you're just
leaving.
gonna let go and go on in.
Yeah.
You gonna try and shimmy around him, or
No.
Oh my
He's getting
God.
pushed forward.
Oh my god.
You're going to bulldoze.
I'm gonna die or he's gonna die.
But we're all
One of us
we're all
stopped
in there,
the
though.
door.
You're gonna have to, tumble over all 3 of them.
How what? Oh, I don't even know how wide the path is.
So as soon as what you can see is that the door swings open towards you, like it hinges towards you. So you saw.
All right, I'll use the door as a shield as
Ash
much as
goes-
I can, as I kind of close it behind me to prevent
Okay,
me
so you
from
go
getting-
as soon as you
Yeah.
go to the door, you see that Ash is standing right behind the door.
Yeah.
With Stefane in front of her, and then no one in front of him, and he seems to be balancing on this relatively narrow path in this.
How
room
wide
heat.
is the path? Just for
2 feet wide.
2 feet
2
wide.
feet. It's the size of a sidewalk, you idiot.
No, but there's gonna be things in the lava that jump out at me. I know it.
Do you want to try and just go past him?
No, I'm not gonna fall in the lava because he's an idiot. Can I pull the door like as closed as
Put your
much as
shield up.
possible?
How far your
Ash,
shield?
so the way that
It doesn't
works,
work. I've been hit and.
So okay.
So how it is, I'll yeah.
Sorry, am I?
This
So
is
how it
the
works-
doors.
Yeah.
And this is the
Yeah,
pathway.
I
It's
could
a
explain
door.
it, but I won't.
Am I standing like here?
That's what he's trying
It's
to
it's
tell
a
us.
single door, right?
Matt is standing at the very threshold
Okay.
inside the room. Steve is within the door frame itself. Ash is immediately behind him, but still behind the door. And now you're just playing in the middle of the room.
Yeah, I'm gonna bowl through them.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Matt's the only one who can fall into the room. All right, yeah.
Does anyone resist Mike's pushing you guys through?
Yes. At the front of the line.
All right. I need both of you to roll strength checks in opposition to each other.
Oh my god.
You might win.
Push me into the room, I guess.
8 and
11.
11. Yeah, he wins.
Okay, so you rolled 8 in total, you rolled 11 in total?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mike, you begin to push against the back of Ash, pushing her into Steve, and then Steve into no one, and no one is doing one of those cartoony things where his arms are behind him, and he's like just digging his heels into the hallway, pushing back, and you're trying to push 3 people forward, and it doesn't seem to be working too well.
Well, now the tiles get to go.
Yeah, the tiles get to go.
Oh, well, I mean, that doesn't
The
affect
only
me.
one that gets to roll this is Mike. You get to roll a dexterity saving throw. Oh, and actually,
A natural 19.
that's not bad. Steve and Ashlyn, you get to roll them as well, but at disadvantage because you are pinned.
Thanks.
Not
You
me.
didn't have to shove into him. Net
Not
20.
me.
Natural
Oh, wow.
20?
I got a.
You're at disadvantage,
9.
though. You got to roll twice.
Oh no, hang on. Sorry, no, 12.
Okay,
12
and
at
then you
my
roll it
lowest.
the second time and take the lower.
That was the lower.
That was lower? So
Yeah.
12?
Net
Because I got 11 for the higher.
11.
Okay.
Because my net 20 didn't work because I'm pinned.
Okay. For both Ashlyn and Steve, as you guys are getting pushed and you're pinned together, a tile hits both of you for 3 damage. You get hit for 1, Mike. And it just hits you in the back where a lot of your stuff is seated in. It mostly hits your backpack, but you still take 1 point of damage. Alright, Matt.
Okay, so Stefan, you have that rope, right? You're gonna hold on to that rope while
Yeah, I guess. While I'm still alive. I don't know how long I'm gonna be alive.
Can you just hurry the hell up so that Mike and I stop taking damage because you're being an
baby
idiot?
step. Okay,
Just go.
I'm gonna try and go across this pathway here.
Alright, so you go on forward. Take a step. You take another step.
Yeah.
You take another step. You're able to move at least halfway through this room, and at the halfway point, you notice that there's actually hallways on either side of this main hall. You have to jump to reach them, but as you approach, you hear... Agent, roll an athletics check. An acrobatics check.
Natural 20!
All right,
Holy!
and you all watch as no one pulls like a Sam Raimi Spider-Man, the first one dodging all the pumpkin bombs. You watch as he kind of does this bit of a spin spiral, and these 2 arrow bolts go right past him and into the opposite hallway, and he sticks the landing. Sure enough, there seems to be some kind of a trap in the center of the room.
No biggie, guys. I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah, we took more damage from the tiles than you could have taken from those bolts.
Now,
But now I took none.
however, do you have any heat resistance there, Matt?
Actually, I believe I do. Oh no, it might be cold resistance.
I know you got cold resistance.
Uh,
If not, you need to roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
okay. Constitution check, you said?
Yep.
17.
That's enough. You're starting to sweat, but it's not really causing any grief. And you can move the rest of your movement past, and you're not quite at the opposite door, but you're on your way there. You'll notice that door is similar metal plating as the other 2 doors, but there is like a bar that you can pull on. It seems like there is an actual usable grip on that door as opposed to the other 2 doors.
Okay.
Steve, you're next.
It's a little hot in here, guys. It's still hot.
So I'm gonna tie the other end of the rope around myself. Now that Matt is safely at the other side, he can return the favor. No one. And I'm going to try and sneak past where I saw the trap get set off, trying to anticipate the bolts.
Oh yeah, because he actually has that thing. You have that. You're better at finding traps now, or whatever.
Well, here's the thing. The traps themselves are down hallways on either side of the pit. So it's just a matter of you're going to be good at... You can either trigger the trap and pray that you can acrobatically dodge them, or you can try and see if you use some kind of dexterous method to get around the trap itself.
I can. What about dashing? Use my cunning action to dash.
I'll say that if you wish to dash, and kind of just speed through it with that. No, it just adds movement. Dashing just means that you'll be able to make it into the other room if you wanted to.
Understood. I don't think I have anything to help them.
Come on, it was easy. Didn't you see me do that sweet move?
I have stealth, but I don't know if that'll count towards a trap.
All you gotta do is a
Not
Sam
really,
Raimi
no.
move. That's all you gotta do.
Right. Well, I'm gonna just try and get through. I'm gonna try and get by.
Yep. Okay. So as you run on by, if you're moving are you just gonna run through?
Yeah.
I'll say that you can take an athletics check with advantage.
With
Roll
advantage?
twice and take your higher number. Yeah.
Okay.
As opposed to tiptoeing like this one.
Yeah. I did
Like
tiptoe.
acrobatics.
Yes. Sorry, that one.
All right. Cool. Natural 20.
Well, I
So
guess you don't
that's
really
That's
need
an
to-
advantage, yeah.
Don't even need to roll the second one. With that, Stefan kind of just bull rushes past. The darts go, but by the time the darts are actually visible and go through the hallway, he's already at the door with you, and you've got the door handle in your grip. And if you wanted to use any extra speed, you could try and go into the room, or just wait for everyone else.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and use my extra movement to open that door. Make a path.
All right, sweet. So you open the door and you go into the next room. I'll explain the next room to you, but there's not much else you can do once you're here. But by bull rushing through, we don't have to roll that Constitution check for you. In this room, this seems to be significantly larger than the previous room, but a lot dimmer. The room itself is barely lit. There are 2 sconces on either side of this massive hall. It gives the feeling like this room might be about 60, 75 feet wide. And they don't really light up the opposite wall. But there are also bits of flying pyre, almost like little bits of flying flame in the center of the room itself. And with that, we'll end that description there, because that's all you can really see with the low light. Do you have any dark vision or night vision?
No, I do not.
Okay, so that's all you see. Next up is Ash.
I'm gonna run through too. Just gonna like sprint across.
All right, sprint across. Roll acrobatics at advantage.
15. 16.
All right, that is enough. You go on through. You hear them whiz past your hair. You feel your hair flip, but the darts miss you, and you make your way on across. But you got enough movement just to make it up to where no one is.
That's no problem.
Mike, it's your turn.
I'm gonna.
Run as well.
Yep.
Roll it.
15. Is it advantage or just?
Yeah, you get it.
All right.
Do you have full plate on?
No, I have chain.
Okay, you're fine.
The 15 was.
15 is enough. You go. You also hear them go past your head, and you make it up to where Matt and Ash are. For Matt and Ash, I forgot if you can both roll Constitution checks, please.
Oh.
But I already rolled one. So
He meant me.
Oh.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Mike and Ash.
15 plus. Where's my Constitution? 17.
Cool.
19.
All right, both of you feel the sweat, but the heat itself is not actually doing anything to you besides just making it mildly discomforting.
Sweet.
All right. And as you guys approach, you hear tiles smashing on the door behind, and you watch as one flies into the room, but strikes the wall on the opposite side. It doesn't seem like they can do anything more than a single direction.
Stupid tiles thought they could get us.
Matt!
Yeah.
Well, they got us.
All right. Well,
Almost dead.
that wasn't me. All right. Well, I'm gonna head into the next room.
Okay, so you're in the room. You see the same thing. Do you have any dark vision?
No. I wish.
You see the same thing as Stefan as I described earlier,
that?
but the sconces themselves only light about like 10-foot radius around them. So you see pretty much just what I described. There are about 5 flying pyres in the middle, and the 2 sconces that only light around 10 feet around each of them. There is a bit of light coming in from the magma of the room that you just entered, but
Can I light my lantern?
you can take your turn this turn to light a lantern, yeah?
Okay, so I'm in the room. I'm gonna light my lantern then.
Okay, go. So you're going to take your turn to do that, and then I'll describe the visuals to the others that come on in.
Oh,
So-
and can I use this opportunity to untie myself from the rope that's around me?
You can either untie yourself or you can light a lantern.
I don't like the lantern.
Okay. So as he lights the lantern, we move on to Steve's turn. Steve, what you were able to see now is it's not a spotlight lantern, is it? Just a standard
No,
lantern?
it's a hooded lantern. it
Okay.
says.
So you now get 10 feet of additional light around as long as you're near no one. And you see that and you can kind of see a little bit past the 10 foot. It kind of, light tapers off. And you see that about 15 feet away from you, there is a solid, harsh black line, as if there's some kind of a pit and an edge to the floor 15 feet away from you.
It's disconcerting. Disconcerting. I'm going to use the cunning action extra turn to use object to untie the rope from myself. So that it's basically
To
just...
disengage the rope?
Well, no.
Well, it doesn't quite work that way.
To use object the rope. Because I'm a thief, so I get extra cunning action options.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you only get to use it once per so many rests?
No.
No, once per turn.
Yeah, it says
Oh, wow.
once per turn.
It's a good one.
Don't you need cunning to be able to do a cunning action?
No, that's just the name of it.
Ah.
Yeah.
It's the name of the skill. And I need to heal up, so I'm going to... Where are they? Oh, there they are. So I'm going to eat one of the rations of the red fish so that I can get an extra 5 HP points.
All right, so that's your turn to untie the rope and dig out of your bag some fish. You eat it, take your 5 HP. And with that, we're going to move on to Ashley. You are now in the room. You
Hello.
see the same thing as before, the 2 sconces that don't light a whole lot, 5 flying fires, and the lantern in the magma room itself lets you see that about 15 feet in front of you there is an edge into a pit.
Edge?
This is delicious fish, guys. This fish is great.
That's good. I'm going to light my torch and creep up to the edge of the edge.
All right. You take your turn. You light a torch. You go on up. You stand at the edge of the platform, and you see that, sure enough, there is just a big, deep, black pit. You don't see a bottom, but now that you're here, you hear familiar screeching, like
Worms.
kind of like an angry bat or several. And as you look up, now that you are close to the edge and you've entered the room itself, you notice that the flying pyres seem to be wings. And one of them is now flying right towards you.
We're in the bat cave.
Does anyone have anything wooden on them?
Nope.
So the first one misses you completely. It's almost like it sights you out and then flies back.
Yeah, okay. He's like, okay.
Yeah.
Psych.
Not even
Swing and a miss.
All right, Mike, you're in the room. Same description.
Mm-hmm.
You see that one of the flying fire leases swung down and didn't even get near Ash.
Do we see the sidewalls?
You, not from the side of the wall that you're on, you can see that there are sidewalls that are there with sconces on them, but the corner of the room where those walls would meet your wall, you can't see.
Okay.
I'm sorry, am I like in the middle? The middle of the room now? Ish?
Yeah. Sort of. The middle of the room doesn't exist. You're as close to the middle as you can get without jumping into the pit, unless you want to jump in the pit.
No, I don't want to. I will forego jumping in the pit.
There is floor below the sconces. You just can't see where the edge of that floor is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. I guess it's gonna take me a turn to light a torch, isn't it?
Yeah. Or an action.
I'm gonna light a torch.
Okay, so you light your torch. You got your movement. You're gonna try to start moving towards those.
I'll
sconces.
go right. Go right. We're going right.
So you go right. You use all your movement. You eventually do see that there is a wall. You see where the wall meets yours, and you turn. And as you're walking, you do notice that it just seems to be like the pathway is along the edge, looping around this pit. So just the center of the room, there is no floor. And one of the bats notices you, and the least squeaks and flies down towards you.
Squeaks.
It's a natural 20.
Oh my god. You are gonna be lit AF, I would say.
So you dealt
Least.
6 points of fire damage.
Dang.
I guess the bats
If
try to
anyone
keep
wants
this place
feeling, we
flies
gotta
off
get
as
all our
possible.
pawns. You guys.
Some still.
You need some touchy-feely?
Yeah.
Get it.
I do
get all
too.
Close.
I need-
Not you.
I can't
I
yet.
only got 12 health left.
Oh,
I'm
that's a
almost dead.
shame.
I'm almost dead.
If you hadn't blocked the doorway, we
I have
would
11
less
after
health than
healing.
Well,
Matt, now what are you gonna do?
Yes. No one.
Okay, so there's 4 of them in the room?
Oh, so we
5.
should be.
5? Alright.
I like you.
What I'm going to do then is... how far from me are they? Or is the closest one, I guess?
Closest one is, so you get the sense that just from the depth of the room itself, I'd say they're about, when they kind of go up and congregate inside of the room, they're about 15 feet away from you, up in the air.
Okay, so they're like above me, or are they like flying like kind of head level?
So you can see where the edge of the floor is, where the pit, they're above the pit in the center of the room.
Okay. So there's, okay.
Hey, no one, you should run back into that other room and get an explodey boy and then run and throw it at the bats.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, what I forgot to mention too, Mike, when you reach the corner where the walls meet, you notice that there was like a box, like a big stone cube that was right in the corner of the room with like bars and grips on it and things like that.
Bars and grips. Okay, and he's in one corner of the room now.
He's on the far right corner.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a looky-loo over the far left. Like walk closer and take a look.
There you go. You see the exact same setup. You see that there is a big stone rock with some metal grips on it in the corner of that wall as well.
Okay, so what happens if I grip these grips?
You grab a grip and
Can
You hold
I
it with the grip?
can't pull it or can
you want to try pulling it?
Yeah, can I
Roll
pull
a strength check.
I'm gonna fucking this thing. Let me show you guys. 12? No, wait. Fucking. Oh my god. Oh, what?
Look at all that technology.
13.
13. You give it a solid heave, and it begins to move in the direction that you're pulling it, and it's pulled away from the wall.
Okay. Is there anything like underneath it that I see or anything, or?
No, it's just a
It's just a rock with
grip
arrows.
Yeah.
And it's in the corner of a room, but there's only walls or only floor around the edge of the walls.
Yeah.
What? Okay, can I,
Nolan, can you explain what the heck's going on over there?
Well, that was your action, that was your movement, so moving on.
I can't,
Steve!
Can I
No.
go in a defensive position?
No! Steve!
You're holding on to...
That was your action. What are you going to do now?
Steve Fain is going to actually face the clear and present issue in the room, which is the lease. So I'm going to move up a little closer to the edge, say 5 to 10 feet, and I'm going to draw the hand crossbow, and I'm going to take aim at the closest one.
All right.
Firebolt.
Roll a d20 to hit it.
We got a... is there a modifier?
Yep, yeah, Joe, whatever your attack bonus next to the weapon you're using is.
Attack bonus. Okay, so 17.
17. That's enough. Roll damage.
And that is a d6. A6.
6. And also for ranged attacks, you will add your dexterity modifier to the damage as well.
So that is a 9.
9. You strike it, you watch the bolt pierce through it, and it's kind of hobbling, but it hasn't quite died, but it has lowered its altitude, and it doesn't seem to be doing very well. But
Look at that guy. He's so dead.
He's so dead.
all right, do you want to move or staying put?
No, I'm gonna stand ground.
All
Hang
right,
out with me.
Ash, you're up.
So if I were to take a guess, like on average, how many of these things are there?
Just looking at them, you can see 5.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. Okay. I'm going to use my longbow to try and hit the one that Steve hit.
All right, roll a d20.
10 plus 7, 17.
17's enough. Roll damage.
Hooray! My damage is 4.
All right, so with that, 4 damage plus your dexterity.
Oh, plus my dexterity is 3, so
7.
7. Yeah.
All right,
Thanks,
7
man.
damage. You watch so you had a hand crossbow, you said, Stefan?
Yeah, it was a hand bolt.
All right, so there's this bolt that struck the bird. It's kind of sticking there, and then you hear, and this massive arrow about 4 times the length of the bat releases, and it goes and it keeps going, but the bat's at the end of it and strikes into the wall, and with a squeak, its wings go limp and the fire goes out,
Night, night.
and the one leaves is toast.
Lease no lease.
Yay!
Do you want to move or are you
And
gonna
I
stay
nudge
put?
Stefan.
High five.
High five.
Oh my
Wait,
God.
high five.
All right, Mike. Your lease is still within range of you. It has not left your visage. If you
Oh,
want
sweet.
to,
Let's deal with the lease.
all right, roll your damage.
I have to hit it first.
Oh, sorry, I rolled a hit. What did I say? Damage. Roll the hit.
I'll roll damage. Oh. Natural 19.
So it doesn't even matter. Yeah, all right, it hits. Roll your damage.
Oh, what do I got? 1d8. Plus
Swing
2.
with one hand.
Yeah, I've got longsword and shield, so. But I get plus 2 when I'm using a one-handed weapon. So I need to find my 1d8. There it is. 3.
3 plus your strength.
No, plus my strength? 6.
6. All right, so you swing down, you nick the bottom of it. It squeaks in pain, but it's still fluttering there pretty well. All right, next up are the lease.
Oh, wait, it was a natural crit.
Oh, so time. What did you roll on the die? That's right.
1.
You got increased critical rate.
Yeah.
So you rolled 1 on your dice.
Yes. A 1. 1 damage.
You rolled 1 on your die.
Plus,
Okay.
I get a plus 2 for dueling, and then I get the strength, so 7 total.
7 total.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's looking a little worse than it did before, but it's still not dead.
No.
All right, sweet. It is the Lisa's turn. The one that's close to you.
Pretty much
Mikhail's
the
going to
worst
strike out at
roll I
you.
could.
That's not going to hit you. It just
fantastic.
kind of flaps menacingly in front of you. One is going to go for no one.
Oh, man.
You watch as it just flies into the wall. It's now within your threat range. It's just kind of flapping there as it rolled a 1.
Okay.
One's going for...
Right into the
there's
wall?
4. One's going for Ash. Ash, does a 15 hit you?
Does a 15 hit me?
Your armor class.
Armor class is 15.
That is a hit.
Dang!
Were we in initiative as soon as we entered in the room? I
You
guess?
haven't left
We
initiative.
still have the same
Did
initiative.
my armor class not go up
It's
when
from
I
the
moved?
tiles.
Damn, I
We
should
still go
attached
first.
it.
It does not. 3 fire
Well, it
damage.
wasn't in range until now.
3 for...
I could have thrown an axe. So there's one like right beside me.
Yeah, so it's right beside you.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll swing at it then.
Roll for attack.
Do I have an advantage on it since it flew into the wall?
No, your advantage is you get to hit it with a sword.
Oh.
So roll
Okay.
a d20.
All right.
That is pretty advantageous in a
guess.
bat fight.
In a bat fight. Wish I had a bat to hit him with.
What are you using, a rapier?
Yeah,
16.
yeah, 16.
That's enough to hit. Roll for your damage.
Not with that die, you don't.
Yeah, yeah, I guess not. 1d8.
That's a d6.
Oh, good. Good, that one didn't count. Oh, okay.
And add your strength.
That's a, oh, and then
Five.
5.
5 damage?
Yeah.
All right, so you
Got
swing
him.
down, you nick it in the wing. It seems to take it and it's still flapping there.
Yeah.
You going to move it all?
How far away is the next corner of the room from me?
You
70
haven't
feet
seen
or
where the other end of the room is.
Oh.
You see that you're about 10 feet away from the sconce on one of the side walls, but you don't know how far away from the sconce
Is the sconce
opposite wall is.
still lit?
Oh yeah, sconce is your wall.
Okay, can I move towards it?
Do you want to move towards it or past it?
Oh, I can move past. Okay, I want to move past it.
All right, so because how much movement do you have?
30 feet.
30 feet. So if you move your whole movement,
Yeah.
all right, you move all the way until eventually 30 feet. There is an opposite wall.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you found the opposite wall that is
Is
30
there-
feet away, and there is a relatively large brick to square divot in the floor.
Huh. You see what I got here? I think we gotta move.
No,
these,
because you're
these
30
rock-
feet away. We can't see what you see.
These rocks. So we gotta pull the rocks over.
It's Steve's turn.
I can hear no one saying some kind of gibberish in the corner. That's,
Damn it!
and once again, I'm going to stress how important it is to get rid of the enemies in the room first before we
There's other
explore.
stuff we gotta do.
But no, you were just attacking. And so I am going to take aim at another lease with my hand crossbow.
Fantastic. Roll for attack.
That is 18 roll plus 5 is 22.
That's enough to
23.
roll your damage.
23. My brain. And the damage is 2 plus dex, right? Because it's a
Yep.
crossbow, so that's 5.
5 damage? All right, cool. You hit one of the unstruck lease.
Yes, please.
Cool. So you watch as the bolt kind of hits it nicks it, and the bolt keeps on going and falls into the pit, but whatever you hit, it's still flapping there. You're going to stay put?
Yeah.
Ash!
I'm gonna try hit the one that Steve just hit with my longbow.
D20 that.
D20. Hey. 18.
18?
Plus whatever.
That's enough
It
to
doesn't
hit.
matter.
Yeah, I
All right,
There you go.
roll your damage plus your dexterity.
Damage plus dexterity. 2 and 3. 5.
5 damage.
Yeah.
So with that, you watch as the big arrow kind of has a similar arc, strikes the lease as the arrow goes down, the bat disembers and falls into the pit.
Bye.
And one more lease is dead.
It's high five again. Oh.
Mike!
I got one that's threatening me in my face, don't I?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
someone
let's
killed it.
let's kill it.
Yeah.
Let's end this.
All right.
Finish it off.
You can do it.
14 plus. Do I have? Is it strength?
No, it's plus your
attack bonus.
attack bonus.
Attack
next
bonus,
to your
right? 19.
That's enough to hit it. All right, roll it for damage.
What are you rolling for damage?
7.
Right?
7. And with that, you strike down, and the as you swing, you catch the leash and you carry it through with it until you smack into the floor, and it squeaks on the floor and then flaps and turns to dust, and the fire dissipates. All right.
3 down.
May I ask? Oh, it's 3 down?
Yeah, 3 are down. There's one left floating in the center of the room, and then the one that was where no one previously was is still there.
Yes. Okay, cool.
The one that's near no one, well, that was near no one, is now closest to Ash, so it is now going to fly towards you, Ash.
Sweet.
That's not going to hit you, so it doesn't really do anything.
Good.
And the one that's left is going to fly down towards no one because he's further in the room. Does a 18 hit you?
Sure does.
Yeah, it does.
Alrighty. 6 fire damage.
Oh my god. Hey, healer, I need some heals over here. I'm dying.
You're too far away. I told you,
Do you have any rations
earlier
to
when
eat?
we were all in the room.
This isn't Metal Gear.
I told you earlier that if you need heals, you have to be within my reach for me to touch you all up.
I need you to.
Alright.
Gotta get my feels on.
That's what
Now,
I've been waiting
it
for.
goes to fly away from you with the rest of its movement, and by exiting your threat range, you get a free attack on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I still have my rapier out, so I'm going to use. So I get an advantage on it?
No, you get to make this free attack on
Oh,
it.
okay. I guess I'll
Man,
take
you're
it.
That
just
is an
pushing.
advantage.
You're pushing so hard, dude.
I want
Just this die here, you roll that. Yeah, there you go. And then
15.
plus
15
5
plus
is 20.
Plus 20.
That roll damage.
Plus 5
Alright.
is 20.
Now we get the D8. Here, roll this die.
This one?
This one right here. Yeah, that one.
My God.
Alright.
I'm so proud of you right now, Mike.
7. Plus
7.
Plus 3, 10.
All right, so with that, you take your rapier, you just kind of go, I'm on fire, and you just stab out. You don't even look where you're going. You stab out, and you feel something squishy on the end of your sword. And you look on the end of your sword. There's just a deflated bat. The fire goes out, and then it busts into ash.
Nice.
Name it Bruce.
Nice. I got him, guys. Don't worry. I'll kill everyone in the room and do the puzzles. I mean, you guys can chip in whenever you feel like. But
Well,
I'll just...
that was Lisa's turn. All right, Matt, it's your turn.
Oh, okay, so now it's my turn.
I'm not healing him.
All right,
I
so
refuse.
I've
That's
seen
fair.
there's divots in this room and there's rocks in the other corner of the room.
And still a bat in the
And
center.
one bat.
Oh, no,
One
sorry.
batty
And one
boy?
bat near Ash.
Yeah.
One batty boy.
Yeah, near Ash.
I'm
Okay.
trying to get all up on this goodness.
How far away is that bat from me?
It's for like 40 feet away. You have to go 30 feet towards where you came in, and then go 10 feet towards Ash.
He's just attracted to my curves.
Oh my God.
What I'm gonna do is go back to the rock that I pulled on earlier and pull it towards this divot.
All right, so
So helpful.
you it takes all your movement to get to the rock. You won't be able to move anywhere with the rock. So you're at the rock and you grab onto it. Fun, Steve.
I got it.
I name it Dwayne.
Okay, I am going to take aim. Is it within hand reach?
Oh, you can reach it. Yeah, she's standing right next to you, and the bat's right next to her. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to attack with one of the daggers then.
All right, roll it. Roll d20.
So 10 plus 5, 15.
15 in total.
Yeah.
You miss. You swing right past it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Heck dang.
Heck dang indeed.
Heck dang.
And I guess
Ash.
I'll just have to kill it.
You watch as Stefan goes to stab out at it, and it's really small. As you strike out at it, you miss it just due to its sheer size.
Oh.
So Ash, what you gonna do?
I'm gonna try waste this thing with my short sword.
All right,
16.
16
Plus,
is
what do you mean?
enough.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Steve.
No, that.
All right, roll your damage.
It's okay, Steve. I got this.
8 with a
Steve,
1d8 with a short sword.
The crossbow.
That's a hell of
so
a
it
short
lost the
sword
bolt.
you got there.
Yeah, that's why I haven't thrown
This-
an axe.
Is it 1d8? It's 1d6.
Oh, 1d6. So sorry. I was thinking about my longbow.
A great,
been pretty sick,
great
though.
sword.
1
Plus your strength.
plus strength 3. Yeah, 3 damage.
All right, you swing out. You kind of nick it a bit. It squeaks, but it's still flapping there pretty intensely.
You got a ranged weapon there?
I'm
Mike?
with it. I'm in the corner of the room, so I'm not that far away from you, I hope.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Can I close the distance and
You
strike this
can.
thing?
Yeah.
Close enough to do that.
Yeah. I'd like to do that.
right,
I'm
do
gonna,
that.
I'm gonna
Roll your
roll the
damage.
attack. No, I'm gonna roll the attack first.
Yeah, jeez. Why do I keep saying damage?
It's 21.
Well, that's why, because I'm assuming you're going to hit.
And now the
Don't
damage.
miss.
1 plus 2 plus 3, 6.
6 is enough. So as you swing out, you nick the least. It
Why do you have
squeaks.
+2, +3?
Because I have.
Oh, right. Yeah,
yeah.
the special thing. Yeah.
So you watch as you miss, and in slow motion almost, this bat comes up and it rears its teeth back to take a fiery bite out of you, and a sword comes and cleaves the least in half, and it busts into ash, and the fire dissipates, and those 5 pinpricks of luminance in the room disappear.
We fist bump.
And you softly fist bump. The room seems devoid of enemies.
Maybe we should like rest and heal up and things before we get
Carry on.
too carried away.
Yeah, I need healing. I only got 6 health right now.
Thank you for listening to this Twisted Gear Studios production in collaboration with MacGuffin Media. Our next episode of Zing Dong will air Friday, February 1st. In the meantime, Tuesday, January 22nd is our next episode of Spacers, our Starfinder actual playcast, and Tuesday, January 29th is the next episode of The Call, our Call of Cthulhu actual playcast, GM'd by Derek Snow. The game system used today was the D&D 5th edition by Wizards of the Coast. Music in this episode was provided by Matthew Chung, composer for Nirvana the web series. Sound effects and ambient tracks were licensed through Triune Films, Video Copilot, and Sirenscape. For up-to-date content, please subscribe to the Twisted Gear Studios and MacGuffin Media YouTube channels. All Twisted Gears podcasts are available on YouTube, Google Play, Apple Music, and Spotify. Please like and follow us on Facebook, as well as Twitter and Instagram at The Twisted Gear. Your players this evening were Mike Farrow, Ashley Lawrenson, Steve Reeve, and Matt Salem. Elizabeth Wells was your audio operator, and I was your host and GM, Zach Barrett. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.